Right, so welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Oh man, Leeds battered 3-0 by a resilient Crawley town. And in true, Leeds FA Cup fashion, we've capitulated in the third round, and it just didn't look as if the players turned up, to be honest, today. It didn't look as if they wanted to be there. And Crawley 100% deserved the win. Congratulations to them. Leeds head back home, having been knocked out of the cup competition yet again by a lower league team, and it's becoming a worrying trend now. Recent years, we remember Newport, Sutton, Histon, Hull in the Carabao Cup. What is it about Leeds that means we can't put together a cup run? Does the cup competition mean so little to us now? I mean, listen, I wasn't too upset by the lineups. I thought we picked a strong enough team. There were enough, first teamers in there to create enough against Crawley, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. The first half, I actually thought wasn't too bad. Leeds were the better team. Moments of brilliance from Poveda, looking really, really bright. Down the channel, we looked composed, confident on the ball. Half time, it gets in at 0-0. There weren't any really, big chances for either team. Second half, Bielsa makes the substitutions. He brings on some more youth. Wouldn't have been the subs that I would have made. The likes of Jack Jenkins and Ollie Casey, I wouldn't have featured them in this game. I don't think they're quite ready. And unfortunately, the naivety from the youngsters in the defence really showed. The 3 goals from Crawley came from a naive defending and some terrible goalkeeping. And I'm not really going to talk too much about that. I made my feelings clear about Hiya in goal. If anyone out there is confused as to why I'm not a big fan of Hiya and his ability, has this game convinced you? Hiya should never play for Leeds again, in my opinion. But the second half was dire. We fell apart defensively, and after the first goal went in, the confidence just shut down. We conceded the 2 goals in the space of about 3 minutes, and we just looked lost at sea. Our forward players weren't offering anything creatively. It was getting to the 80th minute, and Alioski, Hernandez on the ball were screaming at players to make a move or give them an option to pass to. It honestly looked like we didn't show up today. Looked like we didn't want to be there. And Crawley, 100% fair play to them. They deserved the win. We were completely sucker punched. But by the first couple of goals. But then as the second half grew, it only looked as if there was one team in it, and that was Crawley. There are a couple of points I want to address. Calvin Phillips being played as a centre-back instead of in the midfield has to stop. We've tried the experiment and it's not working out. No disrespect against Crawley, but do we need 3 at the back? Again, I know they play 4-4-2, and that's what we normally do against 2 forwards, but it's Crawley. Do we need to put Calvin Phillips as part of a back 3? Could he not have played higher up in the midfield, screened them, and then created a little bit more, offered a little bit more for our forward players? Oh, yeah. I think he should have done. I'm not really sure I want to see... Listen, he plays fantastically at centre-back when he is needed to, but we had other centre-back options there. I think Phillips had to play higher up, and maybe we did show Crawley too much respect, but lots of players didn't take the opportunity that was given to them today and didn't show up. Helder Costa was poor. Didn't really show a lot of creativity. In the second half, the midfield disappeared. Pablo Hernandez disappeared. Alioski disappeared. We just didn't offer anything. It isn't the end of the world, and I know that, hopefully Bielsa will have learned from this, and the players will have learned from this. I'm disappointed because I felt this year we could have had a decent cup run, and I felt like we could have treated the competition with a little bit more respect. I liked the team that we put out. We put out a strong enough side to challenge and put Crawley away. And in the second half, we didn't come back out. We didn't show up. It's unfortunate because there were first half performances that were really promising. Poveda looked fantastic. Alioski was getting some joy down the flanks. But yeah, no. Second half, we weren't at the races. We didn't show up. We didn't perform. Simple as that. And Leeds have been knocked out of the FA Cup by a lower opposition, a League Two side, and it's looking increasingly likely that Leeds just don't want to turn up for cup games, which is a huge shame and something that I think, we had an opportunity in the FA Cup this year to go, to have a fairly decent run. Will this be a blessing in disguise coming into the season? Well, we'll see. How much have their confidence? How much has the confidence been shattered going into the Brighton game? That's going to be a really big indicator. If we can turn this around and put in a performance against Brighton, then fine, no harm done. It's the FA Cup at the end of the day. There was a few performances in there that really kind of cemented that they weren't ready. Casey and Jenkins made mistakes in the back line. Casey cannot feature for Leeds or be anywhere near this team ever again. And you're deluded if you think that he has any role to play in this squad. And yeah, no, after the second goal went in, the heads dropped, and it looked like we gave up. So it's unfortunate. Congratulations to Crawley, well done. They thoroughly deserved the win in the second half. Leeds have to pick themselves up going into the Brighton game, where we have a few more of the senior players will come in, and there really needs to be a big step up in performance. Brighton is a game that we should be winning, but confidence is going to be low, and I'm a little bit concerned. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the performance today. Are you disappointed that we haven't been able to put together a cup run? Is it worrying you that Leeds, year after year, crash out of these cup competitions, and we haven't even been playing, difficult opposition? That's going to be all from me. Really disappointing day. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for the support. You guys have been sensational recently supporting the channel. So thank you very much for that. Let's keep it growing. Let's keep it moving. It's ended Leeds 0, Crawley Town 3. We move on to Brighton, and we'll come back with some transfer news tomorrow, and we'll get a preview out for the Brighton game as well. But as always, stay safe.